Amazing, 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 my beautiful people from Kenya all the way to Kampala, Uganda. And you know what brought us to Kampala, Uganda? Oh, one of the best young person among the youths in Uganda. And he's so vocal, and the whole Uganda has loved him so much. It's just magical, and no one can ever explain about that. Who am I talking about? Why can't he just introduce himself? And we will continue more questions. Hey, bro.
Hey,
Imagine
Alan.
from Nairobi to here just to meet you.
It's a pleasure, Alan. Thank you so much for coming to Kampala. You're most welcome.
What's your name, bro?
I'm Pongo Andrew Kamana.
The famous Pongo Andrew Kamana, the song that is vibing. Or, by the way, even from Busia, I've heard your song vibing and vibing and vibing all the way from Busia to Kampala. And when I left Kenya, the song was still vibing in the part of Kenya Busia border. And even in Nairobi, there are guys who are really vibing to your song. And it's all about 2026 general elections. Tell me more about that.
That's so amazing, Alan. I want to once again welcome you to Kampala. I thank you for such a wonderful and amazing courtesy visit. You are in right hands. Uganda is what we call the Pearl of Africa.
Tell me more about the Pearl of Africa.
It's self-explanatory. I think, did you come by air or by road?
No, I came by road.
Oh, you talked about Busia.
Next time now, I'll come by air.
So you are going to miss a lot if you had come by air. But at least now you got time that you saw the beautiful scenery of our motherland, the one we call the Pearl of Africa, Uganda. I think you enjoyed the source of the Nile. You enjoyed everything you saw on the road.
Wow.
It's so amazing.
That is from, by the way, from Busia to there's this forest in between. And then after the forest, there is Ginger, the very good, that bridge on River Nile. It's so beautiful along. And yeah, it's beautiful. Uganda is beautiful.
Wow, thank you for
That's why you guys call it the Pearl of Africa.
That's why.
Do I have to go deeper and deeper and deeper to get to discover Uganda?
There's some other amazing places in Uganda. What you saw, it was just the gateway. But we have beautiful sceneries, we have beautiful mountains, we have beautiful lakes. We are blessed by everything. I think Uganda is one of the countries which God gifted with his two hands. We are blessed.
So you're saying in the whole Africa, Uganda is more blessed?
It's more blessed.
Let's pause on that because we'll come back to it later. Let's talk about your political journey. Who is Andrew Kamana? Because all of a sudden, Andrew Kamana is all social media platforms. On TikTok, everybody's singing Andrew Kamana. Or wherever, just Facebook, go to Twitter, radio stations, TV stations, because I've been Googling some of those things on YouTube, and I've seen you attending some interviews. So let's talk about Andrew Kamana. Who is Andrew Kamana, the politician?
Thank you, Alan. Andrew Kamana. Okay, the name is Pong Andrew Kamana. That's
Pong.
What Pong Andrew
Kamana.
I come from Uganda, the district called Manafwa, eastern part of the country. The aspiring member of parliament come 2026. The constituency, as I said, is called Bubulo West, and I intend to represent the people of Bubulo West and Uganda at large, because being a member of parliament is not only representing the people who voted you. Once you reach that August comes, you become the leader of all people of that given country. Yeah, so you shouldn't get surprised to see my videos going viral. Like you said, you are watching them on YouTube. In Kenya, you are playing.
I follow them.
And everywhere.
Funny enough, even in Kenya, the young people love you so much and they're playing your songs.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I love them though. I'm really so humbled and very happy that in Kenya they know about Kamana. I would love to meet such an amazing team. Have you ever wondered why it's like that?
Of course, I'm wondering, and that's why I travel all the way to here to ask you,
Wow.
why? Why all this? All of a sudden, you there and everything is just working perfectly.
The question shouldn't be a why in capital letters. You know me, I'm a Christian, and I believe that before we think of doing anything, God already knows what we intend to do. So God has a better reason as to why He chose Kamana to shine everywhere in Uganda and beyond, and the diaspora amongst other people. So I cannot praise myself that I'm the best person, or maybe I'm the most suitable candidate to do that. But I believe it was God who did it. If your season to shine is there, of course, no one can stop it. So I believe it's high time. God wants me to represent His people. God wants me to lead my people of Manafa. There's a lot of things which we intend to do, and He had already pointed His finger on Kamana. And I believe that I'm the right
Talking
person to
about
do
that,
that.
by the way, while walking along, I visited the Manafwa district, and I was asking a very few people, and there are two people who told me that there was once a prophecy that talked about the coming of someone like you to take over. Do you think that is what is really aiding you to do this? Like, God had planned that this time you will take over, regardless of whatever happens, you will be a leader to those people.
Personally, I also believe that God's timing is always the best. I know it's God who chooses leaders, and I do believe that I'm already chosen. I'm the chosen leader from Bubulo West. Come
26.
2026.
So next time I come here, 2026, I'll be visiting Honorable Minister because I'm seeing you beyond. I'm seeing you beyond just being a member of parliament for Bubulo West. I'm seeing you either becoming a Minister of Education or a
Sure.
Minister of Roads and Works. Like, I'm totally convinced. Like what I've heard other people talk about you, I've met you personally, and from the the interaction I've had with you, there is something special about you.
Oh, are you a
Something
prophet?
very
Are you a
special
prophet
about you.
of doom?
No, I'm not a prophet of doom. I'm not here
Wow.
to prophesy doom, but I'm here to prophesy good news because I can see it in you. I can see the abilities from the conversation we've had, or ranking onto the policies and the dreams that you have that I would like you to share with people over here for people to know. I feel like you're bigger than what you might think you are.
Oh, I'm really so happy and super excited to hear that, Ellen. You know, we've seen people being known by the bad deeds or
Sure.
by the, bad things they do in their communities. So all the way from Kenya, and you tell me such a thing, that we've seen good things for this little time you've spent with me, then I must say I'm so happy and glad that my qualities of leadership are not just cooked, but they're natural. Yeah, I stand by such values that what you've seen in me in the future. So you shouldn't be surprised if I become a minister. You never know, like you predicted. So let me hope what you've seen in me, other people also seeing it and they'll continue seeing it.
So be it. So be it. And what do you think you want to change in Bubulo West?
Oh, thank you very much, Alan. Bubulo West, like you told me before you came to me, you visited Bubulo West,
Sure.
and as a journalist, you've done your own research on ground.
Sure.
I'm very sure that you used a road transport.
Poor roads. That
And
is
as the
one
first
thing.
thing, you must have observed a poor road network
Sure. That is
in
no that is
Bubulo
no
West
lie.
and Manafa
Yes.
district. I
Yes.
think you saw that.
Yes.
Yeah, the government has tried to do some work, like on the main road which connects from Bumbori to Luakaka side.
When you're climbing up.
Yeah, this other side. Yeah, I think it's a good road.
Sure.
But still, we need leaders who can lobby more. Bubulo West is one of the constituencies which are doing more of farming. Of recent, you may not be aware of what is happening in Uganda. There's a coffee bill. So Bubulo West are people amongst the leading districts and constituencies which produce coffee. We are farmers. I think while you were there, you saw the matoke of the side.
Yeah, very many trucks carrying matoke.
You saw very many trucks.
Yes, carrying matoke.
Yeah, I think, it was a market day yesterday. You witnessed that. Yep. It's us actually who are feeding you with matoke in Kenya.
So all the matoke that comes to Nairobi comes from Uganda?
They come from Uganda. You can witness that. I think you saw trucks.
I saw some trucks on Busia border, and
Exactly.
I never knew they come up to Nairobi. So it's you guys who make us eat the beautiful matoke, sweet matoke that you take in Nairobi.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
So looking at the kind of business our people are involved in, they need good road network to boost the markets for their products. We need to get good markets for coffee. We need to get good markets for our produce. So for years in and years out, I will not underlook at the leaders who have been there, because I'm not good at criticizing. You know, a good leader, you always prove and stand by their points to explain more themselves to the voters. So I appreciate, maybe they've tried to do something, but a lot needs to be covered. So we gave them enough time.
What you're trying to say, you're going to improve on whatever they've already done?
I want to totally improve on what they've done, because I think I've voted for more than 2 times. Those are 15 years since I started voting. Around 15 to 20 years. I've seen several members of parliament who are representing our constituency. This one comes, goes, another one comes, goes, another one comes. But the same problem has never been tackled. So just that's one of the biggest reasons.
You put a pause on that, because I have a question to ask you. And this is a problem with most of the developing countries, not just Africa, because when people talk about an underdevelopment, they look at Africa. But it's not just Africa that is underdeveloped. There are other third world countries in Asia and other places. And the biggest problem will always be when a new leader comes in, they try to undo the works that the other leader did and try to start new projects. And that is like the overspending the taxpayers' money trying to come up with something different. But for you, there is something special that you've said. You're not going to undo the works they have done, but you're going to make them much better. Does that mean that you're going, if they started doing road construction and they left it somewhere, you're going to finish them, or you're going to undo that work and then restart again? If they started building schools and dispensaries, you're going to improve on whatever they've already done to make sure that the taxpayers' money in Bubulo West are used better.
Oh, thank you, Alan. What I may say at this point is prioritization. Me, as someone who has grown up from Bubulo and Manafa since my childhood, I've seen what our people need most. Talk of health facilities, we've talked about education, we've talked about road network and infrastructure services. So at this time, if it happens that I go to the parliament, of course I will. The projects we have, or we need to give priority. For example, the main roads which connect to marketplaces for our products, that one has to be handled. 2, creation of jobs and employment to the youths. In my constituency, we've got the youths who are skilled, semi-skilled, and non-skilled. So if you cannot categorize the team of your electorate or the people you intend to represent, then there you've hit a dead end. You have to know that I have 10 primary teachers in my constituency. I would say Manafa district, but that is huge because it has some other constituencies.
Sure.
So I want to tactfully look at only Bubulo West. How many primary teachers do we have there? How many secondary teachers do we have there? How many primary schools do we have there? Pre-primary schools we have, and secondary schools. Do we have any tertiary institution? Do you have any technical institution? So when you look at that, you may find that we are having pre-primary, primary, secondary, but we don't have any institution, and we don't have any tertiary institution in my constituency. I think in Manafa, I don't know, I'm not so sure, but in my constituency, they're not there. So now, parents, in Bubulo West, most of the people, like I told you, are farmers. So which means their income is not like a white collar job earner. So the little they get from their produce has to look at the family, has to do a lot of things. And at times you find that a number of school dropouts is a little bit higher.
Is that in relation to men or women, or all of them, both men and female?
Both, yeah, both. Yeah, both. So now, if it happens like someone attains a UCE certificate, what does that then mean? A parent will say, "Oh, that is done. I don't have money to call." You know,
Ugandans will understand what you're trying to say. Yes. What if the international guys who are listening to you tell them what that means?
Yeah, Uganda, that one means Uganda Certificate of Education. That one we attained it when you do from senior 1, which you call from 1 from in your country, senior 1, senior 2, 3, and 4, before you go to advanced level.
That is from 5 and from 6.
Yeah, that's
senior 5 and
senior 6. So, but at this level which I'm talking about is senior 4 and downwards. So, of course, in Uganda, when you don't go for any course after sitting for your senior 4, you'll not be in a public office. But there are some other programs which our leaders can lobby from government. If at all they have our people at heart, like bringing technical institutions, so that our children can do like bricklaying courses, mechanics, driving, other things which can help them after earn a living and support their families. So on that side, I cannot say it's fairly done, it's poorly done. So I think I'm the only voice, I'm the only person who can stand up when I go to Parliament and lobby for that. 2, programs. Now that is to semi-skilled. We have youths who have attained skills from what I've talked about in various places. But after completing their studies, they just come and stay home. There's no capital to start on. There's nothing. So if we had a leader who thinks beyond and did something or lobbied something, maybe bringing up a brick laying machine, lobbying money from government so that we support the youths. They have groups, we call them circles. You say, we have given you this and this, so now try to grow your profession. In the future, they can become very useful people in our nation, not only from Manafa and Bubulo West, but they can become a nation product and a global product. Because when they come to work in Kenya and they have the qualification, they have the experience, I don't think whether your country can reject them. So those are the products we look at bringing up, making Bubulo West a model constituency from other constituencies. Then another one, education. I know you have not gone to the villages.
Yeah, I have not gone to the villages.
Somehow we thank the government. We have beautiful buildings.
You're talking about the national government.
The national government.
Okay.
You might have seen good schools along the road.
Very good buildings, by the way, and they're even much better than Kenyan schools. Some of the Kenyan public schools.
If you go to the records, not classes, performance. If you had access to national records performance, they find that Manafa district is one of the few districts which are one of the few worst performing districts in Eastern Uganda.
But aren't you a learned person? You are so learned. I believe you're pursuing your master's degree now.
Sure.
And you're saying that where you come from, your constituency, people are performing. Then what motivated you to be the best performer and the desire and the passion to do much better in education? Is it because you saw there was a need in my community that needed knowledge and understanding for me to come back and help them?
Yeah, thank you very much. You used a good example. You used me as an example. If I wasn't exposed, if I never got such a chance of exposure, I wouldn't have carried out all this research to know the challenges and problems our people are facing in my constituency. I would also be in my comfortable zone, maybe in my small farm or my small garden. You would have got me
In your
there.
banana
In
plantation,
my
because I've
banana
seen a lot
plantation.
of banana plantations.
Yeah, I would be there. But maybe my stepping out from Manafa and got exposed in other places. So my relational network is a little bit wider. I've also learned from other people. I've made friends. I've met very many people. So as I find them, we usually discuss about very many things. I've gotten a chance to travel in various countries. So I usually ask them whenever I travel, I say, how do you do it? When I say anything good, I think it can work better for my people when I go back. So it's not a surprise to see me rising up, trying to pinpoint out such issues as such challenges. It's not a new story. It's something which is normal. And next time when you are to travel back to Uganda, trust me, when I'm an MP,
I'll be waiting for an invitation from you.
Manafa is going to be a very, 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 very
I'll be
different
waiting for an
place than
invitation
you
from you
expect.
because we will air this and I know most people will be looking onto you to get to understand. And another question would be, once you're in the August house, I heard you call it the August house. Once you're in the August house, there are policy formation, like you form policies or you come up with the policies that are countrywide policies, nationwide policies that are supposed to be run within the whole nation. Now, looking onto the national politics, what are some of the things you think you will introduce to the parliament?
That's quite funny. Alan, thank you. I don't know how is it in Kenya, but there are some other things which I may not comment on,
Sure.
being that we have the rules and laws which govern us in Uganda. As I was introducing myself, I say MP hopeful. I think put that in question, in quotation.
In quotation, sir.
Not any aspirant.
Uh-huh.
Our electoral commission laws don't allow us to start early campaign. They can even disqualify you.
Okay.
So to openly come up, I start commenting about the national issues of national importance, what I intend to do in the parliament, things I intend to change. That will be an early whistleblower and campaigning, which may ruin my candidature.
You'll be going against the regulations of elections in your country.
Exactly. But nevertheless, I've reserved that question. I think I should just note it down somewhere
For the next interview.
for the next interview. When you
During
come,
the campaigns.
begin with that.
During the campaigns.
Other content. Yes. I'll feed you.
During the campaigns.
During the campaigns.
Okay. We can also have an online interview. I don't have to travel to Uganda.
No, like as I said, Uganda is a beautiful country and we are welcoming.
Now you said about...
Feel free.
We talked about the beauty of the country. I've seen the beauty of the country. Uganda is beautiful.
Sure.
Talk about tourism and exposure of Uganda to the rest of the world.
Yeah, I think I talked about this before. Uganda is naturally blessed.
Sure, very, very, very much blessed.
Yeah.
Very fertile.
My God, it's very fertile. We have a lot of things.
And almost everywhere is green. Do you have semi-arid places in Uganda?
I mean, maybe if you go to the side of Karamoja, it's one of the few places whereby, yeah, but the rest, Uganda is okay. Yeah, Uganda is okay. We have a lot
To show to
of
the
stuff
world.
to show to the world, and it does not need us to drum for it. It's self-explanatory. Yeah, if you had a chance and you moved around, you go to Fort Portal, you go to Kasese, you saw the Nile, you just saw the bridge. But there are a lot of things in Jinja there. You visit the mountains, you know, a lot. I know it may end up suspending your stay. I mean, going back to
my
Kenya.
country
Yeah,
and
but
say,
which is not bad, you
uh,
know, which is not bad. We are so welcoming. You can as well even stay with me here as tour around so that you can share
the
the
experiences.
experience. You know, you journalists, I know you have a bigger following.
Sure.
Yeah, you have a bigger following. I feel, and I'll be feeling so happy if you tell the world about the beauty of Uganda and as the pearl of Africa. I'll be so grateful.
And now, what's your message to the Kenyan Gen Z young people who loves you so much and they're singing along your song, even though they don't know you personally, but they're just vibing at your songs?
That is so amazing. I'm really so happy and I'm so humbled. Gen Z of Kenya, I love you. I love you so much and thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. Um, you know, it's a little bit
Overwhelming.
overwhelming to hear that in Kenya, Gen Z are already in love with my advert or my song, which is found everywhere. I thought it's already in Uganda.
No, it's not. It's
So I'm much surprised. You know, in Uganda, there's a way people interpreted that song.
Tell me about it.
They were thinking maybe it's the name, you know, somewhere, some tribes, that name sounds a little bit funny.
Pong.
But if you tell, no, Kamana.
Oh,
But if you tell me in Kenya, people have embraced it and they've made it their anthem too, I don't know. Does it mean anything in Kenya?
not where I come from.
Oh,
Not where I come from, but it just have that vibe.
that vibe.
Andrew Pongo Kamana.
You even know the
Bubulo West,
lyrics. Yes,
2026.
Oh, please.
Eh? Don't
Yes.
trespass.
Don't
That guy said, no, hey, don't trespass.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So that's the song anyway for you. The Gen Z, I think most of my messages are passed online. You know, I really appreciate the youths, particularly of Uganda and other people. At first, without internet, was something which wasn't good. Whenever I would see people with smartphones or their computers and gadgets doing things around, we thought they'd be there watching videos. We thought they'd be there maybe seeing pornography and other unhealthy content. But I'm so surprised that the way as the consumers of social media nowadays, we're using it to do a lot of things, educative things. Like me, I use internet to reach out to my people. I thought that my message was specifically made for the people of Bubulo West, and particularly, I mean, Manafa Bubulo West. But it surprised me so much that the message reached very many
For a
people
very short time, the message was countrywide.
everywhere. You see, it's now beyond Uganda. It's in your country.
Let me hope even in
The
Tanzania,
youths-
guys are still vibing
Yeah.
into that. And even let me talk about the whole of East African country.
Exactly.
We've not just visited Burundi, we've not visited Rwanda, we've not visited Tanzania to get to hear what young people are trying to say about you there. And I
Yes.
hope if you go there, there are those who already know you through the song, yet they have not met you physically. So social media has made everything go viral for you within a very, very short time.
True. You know, if I don't know you if you understand the language, of course you don't. But in that message, that song has a hidden meaning. It contains a very huge message. It talks about the intentions, aspirations and things I intend
To do.
to do when the right time comes. The word corruption is mentioned there. Promotion of education,
It's mentioned.
job creation for the youth, and some other things. I believe maybe the gens in your country must have gotten chance. Maybe they met someone from Uganda who understands the language and told them this is the meaning of that song. That's why they liked it. That's what the youth likes. You know, it summarizes everything, the needs of the people. It has covered the education sector. It has covered the employment within the youth. It has covered the infrastructure system, which my team, the one I call Team Park, Team Kamana, intends to put on our agenda, to push on our agenda. So I wish one time I get to Kenya and I meet the youths, I'm really so happy. If
So
you invite
you're
me, I
ready.
will come.
You're ready to be invited to Kenya,
Oh,
and you're
sure.
ready to talk
I'll
to the
come.
young people in Kenya.
I will.
So
If I'm-
young people in Kenya, what we do best. Should he come to Kenya and talk to young people in Kenya? He's young as we are, very brilliant, with better plans for the young people in Uganda. Not just Bubulo West, but the whole Uganda. But he has to start somewhere.
Very true. You know, we need leaders who have our country at heart. Leaders with humility. If I don't love where I come from, then what else will I love? I should love my place where I come from. I should love my country. I should love Uganda. I should love Africa,
The motherland.
my motherland. So that makes me a quite different
An exceptional
and an exceptional
leader.
visionary leader.
Okay, we had to add on visionary leader. That's so amazing. And what do you have to tell these people, like as we close up on this?
Oh, thank you, Alan. It has been a great time hosting me. I'm really so happy. At first, I was surprised, but I've taken it as anything normal. How you traveled
From Kenya to Uganda.
to look for me. I'm really so humbled, and I thank God for that. I thank you for the great work you're doing. Much respect to journalists. You do a lot of work. Much respect to all social media addicts who use it well to deliver good message to the public. Not those ones. Told there are a few also who use it to attack leaders and promote hate speech and
Among
other
the
things.
tribes and among
tribes
other
and
leaders.
others, but so far, so good. What I've seen is really amazing. Youths now cover a highest percentage in our country here in Uganda. The highest percentage, the highest internet consumers, but they've done amazing. One thing I want to promise them, if the right time comes and I get into power, I will advocate for the youth. Even this was on the internet. There should be something because it is social media which linked you to me.
Sure.
If it wasn't by social media, then you don't have known me.
Of course.
Yes, so we need to do something empowering the YouTubers. Positive empowerment to the YouTubers, TikTokers, online TVs, and and other channels. Guys, you do amazing work. Honestly, I appreciate. Keep doing the great work. Keep pushing. Keep carrying the flag of Africa. Keep carrying the flag up of East Africa, and for Uganda, the pearl of Africa, my mother.
Yeah. You're so proud of Uganda.
My people.
He can't talk 10 words without saying Uganda, the pearl of Africa, his motherland. Okay, it's the pearl of Africa. We understand that, but it's the food basket for East Africa. Yeah?
True.
The main food basket for East Africa.
Sure. And to my people of Manafa, Bubulo West, I love you so much. It's been long, it's been long, but soon I'm coming. We're just waiting for the right time to come. I have a lot for you. I love you. Keep supporting, keep sharing, subscribe to my on my social media channels, YouTube, same names, Pong Andrew Kamana, TikTok at Pong Andrew Kamana, Facebook, just look for the same name, Instagram, the same name. Like, search, share, comment,
And subscribe
subscribe.
to the
And
YouTube.
also subscribe. What's the name of your
Alan
channel?
Hoy.
Alan Hoy. Please look for Alan Hoy. Support him. Subscribe. He has got great content. Actually, before I allowed to do this interview with him, I had to do a background checkup on all his channels and a few friends I have in Nairobi. They told me he's a good guy. So please, guys, follow Alan, subscribe all his channels. He knows them better.
Thank you so much. You follow me on all my social media platform. It's just Alan Hoy. I don't have an AKA name. It's just my name, and that is on Facebook, Instagram, X, and nowadays we have Sky Blue. By the way, on Sky Blue you get me as African News. That's where we do the updates of all the Africans news and all that. So we, Andrew, I thank you so much. Let me say, so much humbled to have you on my show. It's not easy to get people like you, like traveling to a foreign country, to just get someone who is a leader like you to talk to you. Because most of the leaders at your level, they will like, who are you and why are you here? And all these other questions they will ask. But your humility has really humbled me, and I'm so much blessed. And if you're from Uganda, tell a person, tell a friend who will tell a friend who will tell a friend, tell a friend who tell a friend, and tell a friend and another friend that Andrew Pongo Kamana will be in the parliament in 2026. And that is an assurity. God has said it, and so it is. So subscribe.
I receive it.
Amen. Subscribe and leave your comment over the comment section, and let's get to know what you like. Who would you want us to have next on the show in Uganda? Kampala, Uganda.
Thank you.
Love you all. Until
Bye.
next time we meet, same time, same place. Ciao.
Bye bye. Love you, my people of Kenya.